Today we're gonna max out the electric Silverado work truck with 10,000 pounds, towing my EV Humvee on the back just to see how far it'll go. This video is not sponsored. Chevy did loan me the truck for this project and said something along the lines of go to town, so I am. That's not going anywhere. The Chevy has hands down the longest range of any electric truck on the market right now, with this trim getting 450 miles of total range. Obviously that's unloaded and we are gonna max it out just for science. Our current high scores with this same towing test are the Cybertruck with 90 miles, the Rivian at 100 miles, and the Ford Lightning with 130 miles. To be fair though, the Cybertruck and the Rivian both did their test in the middle of winter, and temperature has a lot to do with EV range. They still work just fine in cold weather, but they're not at peak performance. And I imagine that if the Rivian and the Cybertruck did their towing test in the summer when it's warm outside, they each would have gotten 10 or 20 miles more of the range. But towing conditions aren't always optimal, so it's good to see this test performed in a variety of seasons. Personally, I think the Chevy Silverado is going to blow everybody else out of the water, and my estimate's about 191 miles of range. Let me know down in the comments what you think. Nate, what's your number?
I don't think it's going to get 190 miles. After seeing the Cybertruck only get 90, I can't imagine going that far with this much weight.
Give us a number.
140.
Let me know down in the comments what your guess is, and at the end of the video, we'll see who's closest. And with all of the trailer hooks, we have a full-size spare tire underneath the truck, which is not something guaranteed with electric trucks. The Cybertruck does not come with one, the RST does not come with one, so it's nice to see it here on the work truck. The Chevy Silverado is built for towing. We have one of these pinchy trailer brake gain gizmos on the side to slow down the trailer and not just the truck. Immediately getting into the truck, we've already dropped to 277 miles of range. The Silverado's already compensating for the extra load behind us, and it'll probably recalculate as we keep on driving. Do you have the exact number or no?
Yeah, 10,000.
Right on the dot?
Yeah.
I'm surprised. Okay, it's official. They said we are exactly 10,000 pounds, which I think is a little bit strange, but they said their scale's accurate to within 20-pound increments, and we're right on 10,000. So let's keep going. Adding the 1,000 pounds of trailer tongue weight we have on the hitch gives us a total of 11,000 pounds behind the Chevy Silverado, which is a tad higher than Chevy's recommended 10,000 pound towing capacity, but I'm not about to tell my Humvee to go lose weight. We always do a 0 to 60 going on the on-ramp for the freeway just to see what kind of power the electric motors have. So after these cars, and 3, 2, 1, go. A little bit slower. A little bit slower. We're at 30, 40, 50, 60. What is it? 15? All right, so 3 seconds slower than all the other trucks. Every single one, the Cybertruck, Lightning, and Rivian, all had a 0 to 60 of 12 seconds. 15's not bad though, with 10,000 pounds on the back. That was pretty crazy. But I could feel that it was a tad slower off the line. But hey, maybe we don't need power, we need efficiency. Let's see how far we can go.
See how many kilowatts we pulled?
No, I wasn't. I was trying
400.
not to. Really?
Yeah.
400 kilowatts. That is so much power. We've gone about 20 miles so far, and the first things that I've noticed is, again, with the electric trucks, you can't feel the trailer behind you, but also this truck has far less like motor noise than other electric trucks. Like if you remember my Rivian video, you can hear the motors whine. The Cybertruck was just loud in general, but this one, like I'll floor it, you can't hear the motors kick on. I'm also not gonna take it easy. I'm just gonna drive normal with traffic on the freeway. We do have the AC on and we're driving 75 miles an hour, which is probably what the trailer's rated for anyway, so I'll probably stick around that or a tad slower. I do like how on the dashboard it tells me the exact number of kilowatts that we're outputting. When we're accelerating onto the freeway, we got almost 400 kilowatts of power going out to the motors. I really like having all the information in front of me all the times, and so far this is the only electric trucks that gives it down to the number. As we're going downhill here, you can see energy going back into the battery, so we check that out. We have 120 kilowatts going back into the battery as we regen down this hill. One of the perks of towing with an electric truck is that you aren't using your brakes as often to slow down your entire load. Obviously there's trailer brakes and stuff, but with the trailer weight and the inertia of it, as we're going downhill, we're actually recharging the battery, putting about 120 kilowatts worth of juice into the pack that we didn't have to pay for. We're just using gravity and mass and inertia and all those other big sciencey words, which gives us more range in the long run. It is pretty cool that they have the trailer brake gain written out to the millionth decimal place, just in case I need to be ultra precise. We're just about to cross 90 miles, which is where the Cybertruck was completely out of juice, and we still have 103 miles left of range. This Chevy Silverado is pretty darn impressive. The reason I think that the Cybertruck performed so poorly is 3 reasons. 1, it was on off-road tires, which is a pretty big deal. 2, it was in the middle of winter, also a big deal. And 3 is aerodynamics. Like, the Cybertruck is super aerodynamic when it's by itself, but the shape of it, air comes over the front and gets suctioned to the back where it abruptly hits the trailer that it's towing. Where the Chevy Silverado is shaped more like a regular truck, and the air comes up and then gets released over the cab so it can disperse without directly impacting the trailer. Now, I'm not the one who thought all this up. Engineering Explained, who's another YouTuber, made a fantastic video talking about towing efficiencies and aerodynamics, and I highly recommend watching that. It is fascinating. But yeah, the Cybertruck compared to the Silverado is a terrible towing machine. Not exactly sure what we're gonna hit yet. We still have another 6 miles to go before the Rivian's ending point. We're gonna be towing forever with this thing. The Chevy Silverado tires are street tires and much smaller, which makes them way more efficient and better for towing, which is what we're doing right now. We are at 100 miles right now. It is 88 degrees outside. We're going 80 miles an hour with the AC on, and we still have 88 miles left. A lot of information there. And this is where the Rivian died, right at 100 miles. Also in the middle of winter though, but it's absolutely wild. We still have 87 miles of range left. The Chevy Silverado EV is doing exceptionally well while towing. 24% battery left and 50 miles left. I think we have a new EV towing champion. We'll have to get the final results as we pull in to the charger. And again, as we pull up to the charging station, none of them are pull-through chargers, so we do have to drop the trailer entirely and back into the stall because the charging port is near the rear driver taillight. Road trip charging would be the worst part of this whole towing deal. If you're a local contractor who can charge up at the shop or home, you can get a full tank of electricity for about $24 here in Utah. And while fast charging is more expensive, it's still cheaper than gas, but if you have a trailer, it's a lot more work. We are at 6%, 14 miles left, and if we come over here to vehicle status, trip information, we went 163.4 miles. It is too bad we had to drop the trailer though, but people are interested in it. 163 plus 14 is 177 miles with a full above max capacity payload behind the trailer. That is so impressive. We have a new towing champion in the EV realm. Nice work, Chevy. We are plugged in and charging at 223 kilowatts, and it looks like we will be at 80% capacity in 55 minutes. Thanks a ton for watching, and I'll see you around.